Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. In this video, I'm going to talk about data visualization in Power BI. Okay, so obviously visualization is very important with respect to the presentation also. And whenever you have to find the trends, patterns, correlations, or you may want to deeply dive into the data to find out that is uncovered pattern, we can say uncovered, meaning the patterns which are not easy to find, right? That term is referred with the word called insights. Okay, so to immediately or to examine the data, okay, so we need visualizations. Obviously, based on the visualizations, we can conclude something, we can make the statement that is helpful to a business perspective. Okay, and since Power BI is a business intelligence tool and it also has feature to visualize the data, it allows you to connect with the multiple sources, then transform data, model data, and then once the model is ready, okay, once you are done with the modeling, then you can go and you can create the visuals. Okay, so let's see steps before creating the visualizations in Power BI. Obviously, when you have a Power BI file, what you need to do is you need to connect with the source. Okay, you need to connect with the data. And if I load this data, since I am connecting here from Excel, but yes, in case of your work, you may need to connect with the databases also. Accordingly, you can do. I will load this data. Okay. So once the data has been loaded into the Power BI model, what you need to do is to create the visualizations, we need to create the first data modeling. We need to finish the data modeling, meaning we need to find out the relationship between these data sets. Okay, there is something called product table. If you look, so this table has something as an error, right? We can see. So if you want to handle this kind of situations, what you need to do is you need to transform the data. If you go and simply say edit query, so you will open the query editor and here you will make some transformation to the data. Okay, and what I will do, I will try to find out the error. Okay, so here it is the column. In this column, okay, there are some errors. Okay, some cases there is error, it is fine. Okay, what I will do, I will reduce that. I will trim out that part. Okay, where that is, it is in the size. Okay, for some reason the data, I mean the product keys are not getting transferred into the integer type. That's why I am getting the error here. Okay, so what I can do, I can like I can say keep errors. Okay, if I go and if I say keep errors, okay, so here you can see that the size is in this way. Okay, and these sizes are not able to, or maybe for these many rows it is not able to convert the data into the number. There may be a reason. Okay, not sure what type of data it has. Okay, but what I will do, I will change this. Okay, what and all other sizes we have? So we have something called 46, 38, okay, 70. So like this. So I will replace the error here. In this case, what I can do, I can say replace. If I go to the transform, there is something called replace values. And here is an option to replace the errors. Okay, whenever there is an error, I will say let's keep that size as a normal size called 44. And now you can see that error has been gone. Okay, and yes, Power Query editor allows you to clean the data, to make some transformations, to transform the data so that the data will be ready for the visualizations, for the analysis purpose. And once you are done with the changes, what I will do, I will go and simply say close and error, close and apply. So the data, updated data, or with some modifications, the data will get loaded. Now data is clean. Okay, like this, you have many options to perform the transformations. You can explore the Power Query editor that I already have in my channel. So you can refer to that videos and learn how to use the various options from Power Query editor. Then once you are done with the data loading, And data cleaning, what you need to do is you need to find out the relationship between these tables. Okay. And let's say there is, see, whenever we load the tables into the Power BI, what Power BI will try to do is it will try to find out, or it will try to detect the relationship between tables automatically. But in some cases, if the column name is not same, in that case it is not going to work. Okay, it is not going to work. So what we need to do is we can go and we can create the relationship manually also. Suppose there is a territory key in territory column. Okay, and here if I come, there is something called a sales territory key. Okay, so Power BI will not understand, it will not go by the values of column. Instead of that, it will go by the columns. Okay, once you are done with this, and there is one more way to create the relationship. Okay, so date I can use to create the relationship. Okay, I will drag this date on my order. So in my previous video, I discussed what is this mean by, what is the meaning of this arrow, and what is the meaning of the star and one. So everything I discussed in my data modeling videos, you can go and learn there also. Okay, fine. Once your model is ready, you can go and you can create the visuals. You can create the visuals. Okay. So let's select any of the visuals, but randomly I will select this cluster chart. Okay, clustered bar chart. Fine. And what I will do, I will see if I select this, the sales amount. Okay, somewhere is there. Okay, if I select this, so Power BI will automatically consider or plot your values vertically, since it is uh, the bar chart. Okay, even I selected a column chart, and obviously in case of column chart, my values are sitting on the y-axis. So it does automatically. Okay, even though if you can simply select this checkbox, it will pick the fields. You can, there is a way you can drag the fields in between. But yes, even if you don't want to tick, what you can do, you can simply select that column. Okay, and drag over the visuals and leave it. Again it will select, but against what category? So you can, since we have created the relationships, what you can do, we can uh, drag the another field. Okay, the moment I drag the category, okay, it automatically picks the categories for x-axis. So this is how, meaning it has only drag and drop features. So you can create the visuals. You can create the visuals, but I would suggest always go for the table first, and then you can change your visualizations. You can change your visualizations. It is very easy to create the table and then turn your table into the visualizations. Okay, you, what at very first place, what you can do, you can plot the create the table. Okay, this is what my table, I would like to see the values against the sales and quantity. Okay, so if I go and drag the sales, so everything it will bring. Then there is something called to the single field called columns, because in the table we have only columns, right? We don't have any other field. Then let's say there is something called quantity, order quantity is there. Okay, I will bring that also. So this is what my quantity and all, right? This is what my quantity and all. And if I wanted to turn this visual now, if I am good with this data, okay, what I can do, I can go and select the visuals from here. Automatically it will make the changes. It will select, and it has created a cluster chart. Okay, since category wise it is not showing good, because it is very less for the quantity, I mean, as compared to amount, quantity is very less. Okay, so what I will do, I will remove the category. To remove the category, what you can do, you can go and simply untick this. Okay, so this will remove your any field. Okay, like this you can remove all the fields in the visualization pane. Okay, if you look here in the visualization pane, x-axis, y-axis, legend, all the things you need, I mean whatever the required to create the visuals, you can drag the fields here. Yes, so Power BI supports, or Power BI creates the visualization, but what you need to do is you need to simply drag the fields. Everything will be taken care by the Power BI. You have options also to change the view. Okay, let's say if you want to change the aggregation function. So what you can do, you can go on the column name. You can go on the column name from the specific pane, and if I click on this drop down, okay, drop down arrow, so here you can see there are many aggregation functions are there. You can select as, okay, even there is a way to show the value as a percentage of grand total, or it's up to you if you want to perform this, right? So these are the ways to create the visuals. And let's say if I wanted to view this sum of sales by year, okay, what I will do, I will go to the data hierarchy part and I will drag the year on this. It automatically picks the year for x-axis, right? Quantity again is very much less, so let's remove the quantity part. Okay, so this is how it works. This is how it works, right? Okay, and let's say if you want to compare the more categories, okay, I mean the category wise, if you want to compare for the year, so what we can do, we can go for the product and we can drag the category also, so it will automatically create the clustered chart. Okay, if you want to change this to the stacked, you can change by simply clicking on the visuals. Your chart will get changed. Okay, so this is the way you can create the visualizations in Power BI. Simply drag and drop feature it provides. Okay, this is what the benefit of using Power BI. Okay, so Power BI supports many visualizations like bar chart, line chart, even maps, then scatter chart, okay, then pie chart, donut chart, tree map chart, and table visual, matrix visual. Matrix is nothing but your pivot table in Excel. Then there is something called KPI visuals. Okay, key influence is there. Even field map is there. Okay, like this we have charts. Okay, there is something called a card to represent, to show the single value. Okay, aggregated value. So there is something called card. Then there is something called gauge chart. So these are the types of charts Power BI has. Okay, now let's understand. We have seen what is visualization, what is the process to create the visualizations in what pure Power BI. So now what we will do, we will see why visualization is important. Okay, even I discussed various types of charts that we can create easily in Power BI. Now my interest is to discuss why visualization is important. To visualize the trends, okay, let's say if you want to visualize the data in such a way that what is happening over the period of time. Okay, let's say if you want to see the data or compare the month by month data, sales data from Jan to until date, what you can do, you can use the visualization. It is not easy to looking at the data. You will not be able to predict which month has larger, or what is the trend, what is the pattern, or how my sales is increasing or decreasing over the time across the different categories. You will not be able to find out anything by looking at the data, right? That's why we need a visuals. So definitely it helps to visualize the trends, patterns, and changes in the data over the time. Okay, like we did comparison also. If you want to compare the values for multiple categories, yes, it allows you to compare or the categories between different data points, categories, and groups. Okay, and yes, it enables viewers, meaning based on the size. Okay, by looking at the chart, you can say that if I come here, by looking at the chart, you can simply say that, okay, which category has highest sale, which category has lowest sale by specific year, right? But we can't talk, meaning charts help us to talk on the data. Okay, meaning the present, to present the data, it helps us. Then highlight the relationships. Okay, chart reveals the relationship between variables, even why that happened, to find out such cause and effect connections. Okay, correlations and dependencies. You can use the visuals. Even there are other types also, like histogram and box plot, that that we don't have direct support for these types of charts in Power BI, but yes. So basically charts are used to analyze the distribution. Okay, when you will go for the machine learning and all studies. So there you need to understand whether your data is normalized or not. So in that case, we need to use that kind of charts, meaning it helps us to analyze the distribution. Then yes, it enhance the storytelling. What happened? Okay, uh, by the based on the data, what you can do, you can simply create a story, and you can enhance the illustrations by key point and supporting narratives with data evidences. Obviously data is there, since we can consider chart as an evidence. Okay, charts as an evidence for the specific event. It improves the decision making in an organization. Visual representation always helps to uh, grasp the essential information very faster, very much faster. Okay, then data exploration. Okay, when charts allows user to explore the data interactively, and we can say that making it possible to drill down into the details. Okay, so let's come here on the this. Okay, if I say, if I create this kind of chart, okay, and I don't have okay, I instead of that, what I did, I only selected the year, right? Instead of year, let's say if I select the hierarchy, if there is a hierarchy, if I select the data as it is, and then it allows you to deeply dive into the data. Let's say the view is showing us data for the only for the years, but I may wants to deeply dive for further. Okay, what I can say, for further level, like quarter, month and all. So yes, it has options. Okay, so there is something called go to the next level. Okay, this is what drill down, drill up options. So click to turn on drill down. I will click here, and then I will click on the double arrow. So now the data gets changed for the quarter level. Okay, if I say again on next level, your data gets changed for the next level, like meaning the month level. Okay, if I say again, it will go for the day level. Okay, this is how it enables you to explore the data, right? Then, as I said, we can use the charts in presentations, reports, and documentation to convey the information in a clear and engaging manners. Yes. Then data validation, obviously charts help us to validate the data by providing the visual means to quickly identify the inconsistencies, error, and outliers. So these things can be identified very easily by using the charts. That's why we can use the visualizations to validate the data also. And if you want to monitor the performance, what is happening in your business, okay, so there is something called KPI charts also. So that helps you to show, or that shows directly whether your sales is increasing or decreasing as compared to whatever the periods you have selected. Okay, you can set the target and perform the this kind of meaning track the progress towards the goal. So this is what you can do with the chart. Right. Then these are the types of charts. Okay, basic charts mostly we deal, or we try to create, or we need to create in the case of Power BI. So in my subsequent videos, I will discuss all these charts one by one. What is the benefit of using these charts, and how we can create the charts in details. Okay, so meanwhile, do not forget to subscribe webchamp and like the video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day.